Hello. I'm sure all of you are aware by now that the conflict between Russia and Ukraine is at an all-time high. On the 24th of February, Russia launched a quote-unquote special military operation in eastern Ukraine, which we're all aware of by now is an invasion. Kiev is currently under siege, and Russia now occupies a lot of territory with the border between Ukraine and Russia. The US and NATO are doing everything to try to stop this. But what does Russia want with Ukraine? In this speech, I'm going to give you as much information as I can give you to see if we can figure out what Putin wants. Now, before we go any further than that, I want to give a full disclaimer. I am not a politic, and some of the stuff I'm going to tell you in this speech is not from my political beliefs. And I do not want any, and I mean any, arguments regarding politics when this speech goes up. And I am not responsible for any argument that does happen. Now that we got that out of the way, let's continue. To start, I want to discuss its history with the Soviet Union. Ukraine was one of the first to join the Soviet Union in 1922, when it became the Ukrainian SSR, or Soviet Socialist Republic. During its first days, it was one of the most powerful nations of the entire Soviet Union, and it had the world's third largest nuclear arsenal. In 1991, thanks to Gorbachev's new election rules, Ukraine gained its independence in August of 1991. And after that, they decided to get rid of their nuclear arsenal by giving it over to Russia. Our next point I would like to discuss is natural resources. Ukraine is a huge seller in metals such as iron, steel, titanium, and even sometimes uranium. Another point is coal. Coal is Ukraine's number one energy source. And is one of the biggest, it has one of the biggest stocks of coal in the entire world. Ukraine also has a lot, and I mean a lot, of oil fields from the Donbass region to the Black Sea and the Sea of Azov. Now we're going to talk about past incidents which go back to 2013 and 2014. In 2013, Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, tried to establish a pro-Russian government in Ukraine. However, the Ukrainian people were able to overthrow this pro-Russian government. But as a punishment from Russia, Russia decided to annex the Crimean Peninsula from Ukraine. And in 2014, Putin started supporting separatist forces in eastern Ukraine. And as another result of that, Flight MH17 was shot down over Ukraine. Also in 2014, the cities of Donetsk and Luhansk declared independence from Ukraine after being controlled by separatist forces. For the final point, we're going to talk about what's going on here now. As I discussed earlier, on February 24th, Putin started their attack on Ukraine. Also around that time, Putin warned the entire globe that any intervention would result in consequences that they have never seen. Also, for the overall, what I believe, or what I can guess Putin is doing, is either one, they're trying to stop Ukraine from possibly joining NATO in the future, or two, Putin wants to reestablish the Soviet Union. Though I cannot confirm these, because as of right now, Putin's true intentions are still unknown. What he overall wants right now is still unknown, and I guarantee after this speech goes live, we're going to get more information regarding this issue. The US and NATO are still doing everything they can to stop Putin and Russia from doing whatever they're going to do to Ukraine and just leave the country alone. And all us people of the US can do right now in this scenario is voice our opinions and give our support to the Ukrainian citizens that are stuck in this nightmare. Thank you.